Welcome, everyone, to the All About Nothing podcast, kind of daily show. I am Barrett Gruber, host of the All About Nothing podcast with Zach King. You can find me across all social media at Barrett Gruber. With me is the host of the podcast Black, White, and Blue in the South with Dr. Jamil Brooks. It is Bill Kimler. You can find him across all of social media at Political Bill SC. If you want to participate in the show, you can call and leave us a message. You can chat with us on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook. You can find links at the top of our webpage, theallaboutnothing.com. Please follow and subscribe wherever you are hearing us. Let's get started. Bill, how's your week been?
Good. You are extra lit today. It looks like you've got a very bright light pointing out from underneath you. You look very Orson Welles-ish.
I do. Well,
Raymond Burr, maybe.
Orson Welles, we're in that 1984 sort of a situation. So
true.
That's
well. I've come on with you today to say my farewells.
Oh,
yeah. I do not expect to survive the upcoming ice apocalypse that's about to hit upstate South Carolina.
Yeah.
In fact, I saw a forecast 2 days ago: 17 inches of snow for Greenwood, South Carolina. What the hell is that? Now, it's gone down to 6 inches of snow, but I'm telling you, 1/4 of an inch, and this place shuts down.
Hey, I'm excited for you that you're going to actually see snow, because here in the Columbia, Lexington area, we are projected to get somewhere between 1/4 and 1/2 inch of ice.
That's what we're expecting as well. We're expecting a couple of inches of ice, and we're expecting to be without electricity for 3 to 4 years. We're going to be back in the Stone Age. So say your farewells now, but I'm sure as hell probably not going to be streaming Monday night through about 2029.
Yeah, that's fair.
Back when internet is restored.
That's fair. I do have a generator that I will run up, and I've learned my lesson. Essentially, I know the fridge is probably okay for several days. There's probably not a lot of need to plug that in, but I will make sure that I have an internet and at least power to this computer. So I will run an extension cord from the generator outside of the garage up through the window into my office, where I will be able to
is that the only thing you'll power with that generator? Not like
potentially
okay,
like a space heater or something.
Right. Well, I didn't know if your generator would be able to handle that capacity.
It's a lot, right?
We are unprepared. We did not learn from the hurricane that hit us back in 2024 when we were without power for a day and a half because the weather was quite nice. Right, we were without electricity, but I had a electric not a gas generator, but a huge electrical battery pack I could plug several lights into and charge my phone, the laptop, and so on. And then I also have a solar panel recharger so that during the day it'll juice back up slowly, sun willing. But that got me through the hurricane, and I didn't really have a need for anything else.
Yeah,
this ice storm is going to be different. I mean, there's a chance we'll be without power, without running water, without heat. We just may be doomed. And I don't have a generator. I don't have a kerosene heater, as a matter of fact.
I do have propane. I do have a propane heater that in the event that we have to keep warm, if for some reason we did lose power. And historically, my neighborhood doesn't really lose power. We are directly adjacent to the power station. We don't have any of those giant power lines running, the cancer causing ones running through our neighborhood. But
so you're the first to get back online?
You know what? We're actually the first to be taken down so they can bring other neighborhoods back up to prevent from some sort of a surge. So they will take our power down and bring up another neighborhood, and then bring us back up, and then take us down again to bring up another one, because I guess it goes through our neighborhood to get to other ones.
Yeah.
I don't understand. The only time we've ever lost power here for an extended period of time was almost 20 years ago, and it was August. And we did not have power for 3 days because a squirrel had gone into one of the main system transformers at the power station, the one specifically for our neighborhood, fried the squirrel. It took them 2.5 days to get a new unit in here from some other state. I don't know. But every day I would drive up to the power station and be like, is it going to be today? No? All right. I'm going to go back home and open the windows back up. So, yeah.
Well, during Hurricane Helene, we were down for almost 2 days, And we were some of the first to come back up. I mean, many
Yeah.
areas in this region were out for a week or 2 weeks, but I think we got priority because we're on the same grid as the local Walmart.
Yeah.
So yay us, we got repairs first.
Yeah. Well, and we're on the same grid as like the Walmart and the Food Line and the CVS and the Walgreen that are close by too. So, you know, the likelihood is that we would probably not be without power for too long.
Right.
We do look out of that. Hey, great episode this week with Curve and
Searles. It's a tough name to pronounce, but it's Searles.
Searles, yeah. I wanted
like squirrels without the Q.
Right. Yeah, he's not going to jump into a power station, I don't think. But no, really good episode. Also loved the recognition for Colonel Hightower. That was fantastic. I did send him a note and told him to go check that out because I think he would appreciate it. And you might all have nudged him in the direction of running again, maybe.
You know, I had to cut out a part of that recording when I talked about him because I dropped a statement that he raised $100,000 for his campaign. And I had to fact check myself. So I went on to the ethics website and no, he didn't raise $100,000. He raised around $10,000.
Really?
So I didn't want to, yeah, that's what his whole campaign, I checked out his pre-election filing.
Interesting.
Where you talk about how much you raised for the whole.
Yeah, I had heard he had raised a substantial amount of money for his campaign.
So this is $10,000 in a short time period is nothing to sneeze at. You know, that's good, but it certainly wasn't 100,000. And I've learned not to use you as a source of information.
Don't ever do that. We look 9 years.
Well, I figured something like that can be fact checked. I need to fact check regardless of who says it. So
9 years running, I have suggested that people not use this show for fact checking. Our last episode, I did a short about the value of a 54-year-old net value of a 54-year-old.
Oh, I got to talk to you about your shorts, buddy. I got a problem with your shorts.
I edit those shorts in a way purposely so that they will inspire
to screw me over, purposefully to screw me over. That is what I'm getting. Did you catch my, so just for those that don't know, we talked about the average net worth of a male my age.
Right.
And according to the article, the average was 1.4 million, which was, everybody would think, oh, that's shockingly high. And then we went on to talk about what the median was and how the billionaires skew it so terribly. It was a great segment that we did.
Yeah.
You put out a short that stopped at the average, and then I'm getting my ass reamed in the comments. This guy's so dumb. He doesn't know math. He doesn't know the median. He doesn't know basic statistics. I got a degree in mathematics, assholes. I've got a master's in science and physics. I can do math just fine. I'm dealing with this guy right here who creates shorts to make me look bad.
Now, and just to point out, it wasn't to make you look bad, but let me just tell you, my appreciation of you for that short is the fact that it got 56,000 views, more than 150 comments.
Yeah, all of them hating on me.
200 likes.
Except one comment gets the comment of the year that said that I looked good for a 54-year-old. I was like, okay, that was worth it.
Bill and I agree.
Thank you.
You look great for a 54-year-old.
But you did it to me on another short as well that I noticed. Did you catch my comment about the printer ink?
I'll be completely honest with you. I don't go back and read a lot of the comments, which I should.
There wasn't a comment. I wrote the comment, but basically it was the whole Epstein files being redacted, right?
Yeah.
And all the black ink that went out. And so I made a comment that I had invested in a company that produced black ink knowing about this, right? Well, you left out the whole Epstein files part and just went right into me investing in black ink out of context of everything. So I'm like, this doesn't make any flipping sense. Bill invested. In fact, I made a joke. I invested $5 in black ink and made 20. Like that was my joke, which wasn't funny without the Epstein file redactions being part of that segment.
I'm going to give
terrible.
I'm going to give you that one because that one specifically was funny in my head because here's the thing in my head, because I'm always intrigued by people that think that doing, like we had the prime minister, the former prime minister of Canada, he did blackface, and we've had other people that did blackface. So in my head, I was thinking what people might think was that Bill was investing in black ink for my
blackface. Okay. So again, you were setting me up, asshole.
That time I was.
I have issues with the producer of this show.
I do too. That guy is an asshole. And frankly, not right in the head. On the episode, you guys talked about the UFO, I guess, index for South Carolina.
The Alien Abduction Index.
What were they rated? We're rated 29th here in South Carolina.
29th. Yeah.
It's weird because South Carolina has what some in the UFO community believe to be one of the highest areas of potential UFO sightings, because they call it the South Carolina Triangle. And it's basically a triangle that runs from the VC Summers nuclear plant down to the Savannah River site, up to the Oconee, and then back down to VC Summers. So it creates this sort of triangle where there is believed to be an exaggerated amount of UFO activity. Here's the interesting thing, and I don't know if you've heard Zach and I talk about this, but when we were coming back from the August 2024 Greenwood County Democratic breakfast, I dropped Zach off at his vehicle and I was headed home. I was driving on Old Two Notch Highway. This is daylight. Driving on Old Two Notch Highway, and I can't confirm what it is I saw, but it was a large tic-tac silver looking thing that for just a very few microseconds blasted past me, probably 70 or 80 feet up in the air above the tree line, and just flew past. I immediately called Zach and told him. I was like, because even on the way home, like, we didn't talk about UFOs or aliens or anything like that. We were talking about meeting Michelle Brandt and getting to have that conversation, how much we enjoyed doing that. So that was basically our whole conversation back from Greenwood. Never would have thought that I would experience something like that. Again, I don't know what it was.
Did you report it?
So,
because how is it going to get on the index if you're going to keep it to yourself?
Yeah, there was I don't remember officially what it was I reported it to, but I did go to the UFO spotter website or something like that. And, time of day, location, general location.
Well, I wanted to be clear. This was an alien abduction ranking, not a UFO sighting. So unless you were walking a little bow-legged after seeing that little silver bullet, it wouldn't have counted as an abduction.
Sure. Yeah. And I can't confirm an abduction story for me, but it made me think, like, as a South Carolinian, how many South Carolinians that are potentially being abducted are just not reporting it? Like, because I know a lot of people that were born here in South Carolina that kind of just go with the flow. Like, something happens to them and they're just like,
Ma, I got the anal probe again.
I just went to work.
Yeah, we call it Tuesday around here.
It makes me think that that's a possibility, that there are people that just ignored the experience,
So when I had prepped that segment, I was intending to use that some clips of the very first South Park episode. You know what the title of that one was?
No.
Cartman gets an anal probe. It's all about, him being alien abducted. But then I realized, we kind of have a distinguished guest with us, and
sure,
it would probably get blocked if I tried to put it on YouTube anyway,
right.
Copyright. So I opted out. And I was actually surprised that the X-Files theme song that I used in the background made it on YouTube without any copyright notice. I was quite shocked.
I was gonna say, we use it frequently enough on our show that I don't even worry about that one anymore. How long ago?
But it was good to be in the recording studio again. I really enjoyed the discussion, the editing afterwards, the videos. A lot of fun.
Real quick, I do have a quick acknowledgement ad spot sort of thing. So today I was cleaning my daughter's room and I noticed a water stain on the ceiling, and it's never a great sign. I took a closer look to find a small leak coming from a cracked plumbing exhaust pipe boot on the roof. I called my friend Brian over at Lake Murray Roofing. He actually he was actually somebody that was recommended by my State Farm Insurance. Keep laughing. Keep laughing.
Not laughing. I'm trying to be professional.
Brian came over this morning, took a look at it, and actually has a solution planned out that we're going to get taken care of tomorrow, just in time for this ice storm coming up. So I did want to shout out Lake Murray Roofing, 803-454-5781. If you have any damage to your roof or you need your roof replacement, Brian is absolutely Brian and Lake Murray Roofing are absolutely who you should call. It's my recommendation, because Brian is a fantastic guy, and I think that everyone would be very, very happy with the service that they provide. So anyway, that was it.
You need to give me a warning ahead of time before dropping these commercial bombs.
I did. I said, hey, I need to drop a spot.
Because I gotta get in the right mood for it, man. I want to be supportive. I want to help you make your first million here.
Oh, I would love that, but this is mostly just out of appreciation for what Brian did. There's no been the money's not even money's exchanged for the service, not exchanged for the ad. So I just wanted to show appreciation. Trump dropped his tariff threat against Europe allies.
You know, I called it yesterday too.
Did you?
I had posted yesterday when he announced these tariffs and the stock market. He announced the tariffs Monday,
right?
Tuesday the stock market tanked.
Huge tank.
And then I wrote literally, I am not worried about the stock market because it's following the same process. He announces tariffs he has no intentions of ever doing. Stock market tanks. His buddies all go then buy the stocks. Yep. And then right afterwards, he rescinds the tariffs. Stock market goes right back, and his buddies make millions. It's the same rinse, wash, repeat cycle over and over and over. So the fact that he came out today, zero surprise. I called it yesterday. I've got the timestamp on it. Knew it was going to happen.
It's atrocious that our president is working to benefit the billionaires and the millionaires of this country by manipulating the stock market.
And he says that he worked out some agreement, right? A framework of something, right?
Sure.
And of course, I read the comments under the articles, and his supporters are saying, the man knows how to make a deal. Look at him. He's playing 4D chess again. Freaking idiots. It's the same framework of the healthcare plan that we've been getting for over 8 years. It's the same framework of nothingness. They fall for everything. The most gullible people in the universe.
Danish Foreign Minister Lars Rasmussen said in a statement, the day ended on a better note than it began. These world leaders are having such a, like, in the background, I have to imagine that they're laughing about just how
in the background, in the foreground, they're laughing.
Right. That absolutely is true. You had who? Macron and Zelensky and somebody else, but like there's a documentary that's either come out or is coming out where they get Donald Trump on the phone, and literally they're basically saying, we have this, we have put together this potential ceasefire agreement with Russia. Donald Trump, will you support it? And he's in the background going, Nobel Peace Prize, Nobel Prize. Like,
were these done with puppets? Was that what you saw?
He was on the phone. The other three were, but these were real. This was really.
This was the real thing. This wasn't like a puppet skit. Okay.
And Macron is trying to control this phone conversation by like, okay, Donald, sure, whatever, right, Nobel Prize, whatever. I'm just dumbfounded. And
did you see how Trump got up on the microphone to give his speech? He was talking about Greenland, but he kept saying Iceland.
Yeah.
Like he kept saying the wrong country over and over.
Why are we here? What did we do wrong? So there's a theory, and Chicago screwed it up. The Bears losing to the Rams this past weekend screws up the whole thing, because there is this belief that and there are lots of TikTok videos about it and Instagram and whatever. I keep seeing it coming up, probably because I liked it and reshared it. But there is this belief that when the Chicago Cubs won the World Series in 2016, that it created a parallel multiverse sort of situation. And we are in a timeline that can only be corrected when another Chicago team wins a national championship of sorts.
It makes sense. It's the only explanation why the Eagles won 2 Super Bowls in that time period. It had to be a split in the universe multiverse.
Right. And Tampa Bay winning a Super Bowl, same sort of thing. But now that Chicago is not in the running for a Super Bowl championship, we're stuck in this timeline again for however long. You know, the White Sox are never going to win a World Series. I mean, let's be honest. The Cubs likely aren't going to win a World Series, and Chicago.
Well, the theory is as dumb as we feel every day with what's going on in
it's absolutely
in history. I mean, it makes sense. I don't even shrug anymore.
Yeah, but you know, I was hinging a lot of bets on the Chicago Bears. You know, reestablishing the timeline that we're supposed to be in, but I guess that's not going to happen now. How do you prepare for winter storms? Like, is there anything, like, you being from New Jersey and Philadelphia area, you experienced snow.
Yeah, but they're built differently because, one, they prep the roads, and so every road is usually drivable by the afternoon. I mean, it's never that bad, even when you get feet of snow and ice. I mean, you're prepared for it.
Yeah.
Also, the entire infrastructure is built underground, so heat and electricity. I have, in all my years of being in New York in the winters, I've never known the electricity to go out. Just hasn't happened. So you stock up on a little bit of extra food thinking, all right, I'm not going to be out driving as much, but otherwise you're really fine. You don't do much. And we have the snow shovels. You've got the winter coats. We had a fireplace that we used all the time anyway. I mean, you can get by very easy. It's down here in the South where you're not getting any infrastructure taken care of. All your electrical lines are above ground, so they're going to collapse.
Yeah.
And then the crews can't make it to do repairs because the roads aren't prepped. I actually hit the grocery store a little bit today. Went to the local Food Lion. Chaos.
Yeah.
Chaos. Yeah. I figured I'd grab some cereals, some granola bars, just some dry food that doesn't require heating up or defrosting or things like that. I've never seen lines like I saw at the checkout lines, like lines that went all the way through the aisle. It was like Black Friday type shopping.
Yeah.
The aisles were empty. The milk and the bread were gone. It's absolutely nuts.
It is, you know, I one of the things I've always lived in the South. I've experienced northeastern snowstorms and things like that because we had family that lived in Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh. I had family that lived in Rochester, New York. So they would get those lake effect snow squalls. And it just happened we were up there for a visit one time where that one of those hit. We didn't, you know, we were scheduled to fly out like on a Tuesday or something like that. And they handle it so much better because they have the infrastructure for it that our flight was delayed a day. So we showed up at the airport on Wednesday. The tarmac is cleared. They get, you know, it's done very efficiently and very effectively. And ultimately, I think that it's probably, up until this point, I think that it's always been unnecessary for us to prepare for these sorts of events. But between last year and this year, and even the last 10 years or so, we have seen an increase, not necessarily here in South Carolina, but across the Southeast, all the way down in New Orleans, where we're seeing climate change type snowstorms occur in the winter.
What they're predicting is what Texas went through back in 2024. Remember they had those ice storms where dozens, hundreds died as a result, and areas were without power for months.
Yeah.
That's what they're predicting. An identical storm just like that coming down and hitting us.
And that was when it hit Texas, that was considered a more local sort. It was relative to Texas. This is talking about this snowstorm, this winter storm coming up this weekend is potentially going to affect, I think they said almost 100 million people from Texas all the way to like Boston and down to, you know, here in South Carolina. It's a huge swath. And
go pull up Facebook and look at any of those weather forecasts and just go through the comments. Here's what it's a game you play. Take a shot every time you see somebody talk about manipulated weather. All right. And you will be drunk within a minute because you scroll through and already there's people saying, well, I thought I saw spraying happening in the air last night. And, I'm sure that this is all being coordinated by the powers that be with chemtrails and shit like that.
Right.
People
Yeah.
posting articles about manipulation of weather for some ulterior purpose. Can't imagine what.
Yeah. You want manipulation of weather. I'm just going to suggest that people start believing that climate change is real and that's what we're experiencing.
It's the easier of the explanations.
Yeah.
Now, going back to Texas, I think one of their problems were that they do not participate in any type of energy sharing with other states. They are like completely isolated. Whereas South Carolina, I know for a fact we have, southern state partnerships. In fact, we go all the way out to the Midwest. We'll buy electricity from out there.
Yeah.
So even if it does hit our region, we could be, once the lines are connected, supplied out of state and be up faster. But still, it'll be wild.
Jessica Childs suggests that we just keep drinking liquor to keep ourselves warm anyway.
Yeah,
storm.
That might happen. Although me and my one kidney may not make it through that.
Oh, jeez. It always comes down to a medical excuse for you, Bill. I don't understand.
Listen, I've already resigned myself that come Sunday afternoon, I'm shitting in a bucket because nothing's flowing. Everything's frozen. I'm trying to scrape a hole out in the backyard and can't do it because the ground is frozen.
You guys
I'm
being
doomed.
in Greenwood, I'm seeing, so some of the forecasts I'm seeing for the upstate of South Carolina talking about temperatures near 0 on Tuesday morning. Like, that's frigid. We're only going to be in the mid-20s here, but when we talk about temperatures approaching 0 or even lower, reminds me of a Christmas Eve a few years ago. Jess is saying that's not exactly what I said. Yeah, I know what you said, Jess. I understand.
Oh, I remember that Christmas Eve because we lost heat that eve.
Oh, yeah.
So our furnace blew and we were trying to stay alive with electric heaters throughout the house, strategically placed. I do remember how cold it was. The worst cold front we've had in decades. I remember that.
The back wall of my house, the outside exterior is where the hot and cold pipes come to the kitchen sink and to the dishwasher. That pipe froze. And it was probably about, we knew that we weren't getting water coming through the faucet. And my first thought was there's no water coming through the faucet. It froze. These are PVC pipes. I guarantee you, as soon as that thaws, we're just going to have water. And sure enough, I came downstairs at one point and just stepped into basically a puddle. And it, so Christmas Eve is when all the family comes over. We do pizza for Christmas Eve dinner, and then the kids get to open gifts from aunts and uncles and things like that. And I had to very quickly learn how on YouTube to replace piping. I replaced the piping on the exterior wall from where it comes up out of the concrete all the way to where it then splits with some sort of a fiberglass type piping that now has the ability to expand and contract if it potentially freezes. So that should not be an issue going forward. But my hope is that the temperature just doesn't drop below 5 degrees. So
fascinating. Hey, I want to come back to Jessica if she's still listening.
Yeah, Jess, please.
She made me go online to look up a word. So she sends me a text message. She's at the State House. She is watching a hearing with my representative and former opponent, John McCravey, there. And she was just commenting on what a sour face this guy has, right? And sent a quick picture of it. And he's just got this eternal frown, and he just, always a scowl on his face. And then she used the word, I laugh at his nussy, Nussy. You know what that means?
No, I do not.
Time to do a little lookup. Come on, man. Let's do some Googling. I want this in your search history.
You said
Nussy.
Nussy is internet slang most commonly referring to the nose, especially in the context of COVID-19 nasal swabs, oddly satisfying sensation, but can also be, I don't have my glasses on, apparently talking about the anus or the pussy, used in sexual context, or diminutive for names like nuss in cultures where nuss means nut, symbolizing growth. Jess says she's here and then screamed nussy.
I had to look that word up. I am not as hip as that young chick is. So
see, and now she's saying no, that's not right. But that's what the AI said. Jess, I don't have an explanation. I'm going to have to send you a link so you can come on next Monday when Bill's not here. Although you're in Anderson, so what difference does that make? You're definitely
she's as doomed as I am.
For sure. So just to go back to the UFO thing real quick, I think you're absolutely right. People should absolutely park themselves and just watch and if they have to raise their hands above their heads and praise the aliens and whatever. Okay, I see. So this is her. She says the neck formation looking like a vagina on his neck. So
the neck formation. Oh,
so
yes,
I get that. Trump has one of those too. In fact, I have seen on Kimmel's when Kimmel does the Thursday night the bleeping whatever the news of the week or whatever. Almost every time they show Trump, they have the matrix over his neck so you can't see his nussy.
Okay, boy, AI didn't get that right.
No, AI missed the nick on that one. But yeah, people just need to park themselves and do whatever they can to get our numbers up higher.
So if anybody wants to advertise on this show, just give Barrett a call and we can squeeze in a little bump on your name when we're talking about nussies and alien abductions. We can stick your ad in there.
803-672-0533.
That's right. Get your nussy crack fixed.
Well, on that bombshell, Bill, I hope that you all survive the weekend without any power losses. I know a lot of the crews here in the Midlands have been out trimming trees back over power lines.
Yeah, we've had that as well. Lines. Yeah.
And tomorrow,
I think the only thing working in our favor is that we don't have trees left. After Hurricane Helene came through, I think all the trees that were going to fall are already gone because they've spent the entire year and a half still chopping down, fallen trees.
I will just warn everybody that is going to be out traveling tomorrow and Friday and Saturday that South Carolina DOT will be out all over the interstates, basically anywhere from 95 north and west, because they will begin treating the roads, which means salt and sand that is going to be flying up all over.
Do they actually use that down here? I've never seen it
they do.
Applied to any roads.
They put it on the roads before an event.
Well, I know when you're supposed to put it on. I mean, that's what you do in the north. I've just never seen that done down here. Never.
Yeah, last weekend I was driving to Costco through a cloud of salt and sand. So
yeah. Oh yeah. When you buy a car up north, you don't buy a white car. It's like useless, because you're going to end up with a gray car from October through May.
That's why you have to get the undercoating too, is to protect the bottom of the car from the. Yeah, that was a Fargo reference.
It's actually true. It's not even funny. It's actually true.
We also have you know what? We have Heather visiting us from the Awakening podcast. They had an episode come out today. I haven't gotten a chance to listen to it yesterday, but the Awakening podcast episode is out there for everybody to listen to. You can go to bigmediallc.com if you want to check out any of the episodes on the Big Media Podcast Network. So, Bill, again, survive the weekend. Hopefully you have power. We can talk about our experiences.
It was a good run. I enjoyed it with you. I've had a good life, but I probably will be dead by this time next week.
Well, 54 was a good age. Look,
it was.
If you had been born in the 1600s, 54 is the new
ancient
94, right?
But I didn't make it to a net worth of 1.5 million, so I fell short.
That's fair.
Of the.
I'll fix the editing on.
Well, I can't wait to see how you clip this show up and make me look bad. Looking forward to that.
I'm gonna have to work pretty hard at it. I don't think you gave me a lot to work with this week.
Oh, you'll find it, I'm sure.
Nussy is probably where I'm going. Big thanks to everybody for
just
watching.
Me saying that on repeat. That's what it'll be.
I'm gonna do it to one of those beat tracks where it's
like Max Headroom. No, nussy.
Could you do that 6 more times?
No.
Don't forget, you can follow Bill at Political Bill SC. You can follow me at Barrett Gruber across all the social media. Thanks for liking and hitting that bell. And if you can, give us a 5-star review and leave a comment. Until next time, you all stay safe, be kind, and keep your hands to yourself.